Hey everyone, today I want to discuss all about FNaF movie. From rating predictions, for each scripts, what kind of fan service that fits perfectly, and finally speculating what to expect from the movie. Now, onto the videos. First, I want to rating each 9 or 10 script that have been pitched for the FNaF movie. Let's get to it. Number 1, the F screenplay. From what it appears, it implies that the movie could be somewhat rated between R-rated to PG-13, depending how naughty the troublemakers are. I'm gonna give this script a score of 2 out of 10 since it sounds like a lot of garbage mashed together put into a film. Now, to the next script. Number 2, Plushies Take Manhattan. It sounds like this is what Jill Cannon or Warner Brothers means back in 2015 as terrifying but weirdly adorable movie. It reminds me of Gremlins, and such coincidence that now Scott works with Chris Columbus. It could be R-rated. I can imagine some graphic violent scene, but possibly it would be another PG-13 horror. I'm gonna give this script a 4 out of 10 since this movie may end up like the B movie or that live action Mario. A movie that is really bad and hilarious that is good. Perhaps. Next up, number 3, the Random Charlie script. Since it's centered around finding a toy and a group of friends, this is most likely will be a PG or PG-13 movie. I could easily see the script turned into that cheap like B movie, which is sucks. I'm gonna give this script a score 1 out of 10. Also, number 4, the Silver Eye script. The Silver Eye script, Scott actually makes 3 different screenplay from the novels, which means there are actually 12 scripts over the past 5 years. I suppose since the novel rated 14, I suppose this adaptation will be a solid PG-13. This movie seems to taking a lot of effort, but since Scott admit himself this script was unsavable, I'm gonna give this script a score 5 out of 10. Next up, the Pawn Shop screenplay. Based on how Scott described it, the story seems like a children or teen coming of age stories, which is popular and favorable theme, but yet so generic in movie. Definitely a PG-13 rated since it relied on after-school adventure, modern horror. The script sounds like having polished up stories, but since it looked like the setting aren't in Freddy's and having a similar approach to Fazbear Fright stories, I'm gonna score it 8 out of 10. As a movie maybe I would like it, but as a FNaF movie, it's not the story I'm expecting to get. Now the 6th one, the Cassidy screenplay. This one looks exciting, but it seems like it's not a promising script and not an enjoyable one. Although me and a lot of FNaF fans out there will be binge watch it dozen times like it is Avengers Endgame, I think the movie will be better to be saved for future projects. I can't figuring out what rated it will be dropped to the script, but I assume it could be as high as R-rated, but it could be also a PG-13 just because it looked like heavily influenced by the murders and kidnapping. I'm going to give the script 7 out of 10 score. Number 7, the Misfit Kids screenplay. I'm intrigued by the script. The way Scott describing and explaining the situation seems like he's having a dilemma canceling the script. The script could be a total badass one, but maybe just not having enough soul and interesting strong connection to the lore in the story made for Scott to be satisfied about it. Heck, maybe it wasn't worth to become a video game adaptation, but I'm gonna give this script a score 8 out of 10 since he say this one doesn't have any serious flaw. I predict this could be a PG-13 movie. Now, to the 8th one, the Ghost Tracker script. This could be just another daily dose of your horror flick. Maybe the film could be an interesting one, but once again, too diverge from the source material. However, I'll definitely interested to watch it. Maybe this is another PG-13, but there's a chance it's also R-rated. I will score it 7 out of 10. Now, number 9 script, the Insane script. I see it as a try-hard effort to repair the previous one. Maybe the writer think it will be a great idea to mash up everything, which is fine. Actually, as long as executed properly, this one could be another PG-13 or R-rated. I'm gonna grant it a 6 out of 10 score. Finally, we got to the mic script, the final one, the one we were getting to. Deep down, I believe everyone behind the production know that eventually people would grow out of patience. So that's why they finally decided to officially announce it. One of the things I'm being grateful for COVID is because it's giving FNaF script more excuse and time to be fleshed out. I'm happy it's finally ready, and I'll definitely review the movie in the future. Now, let's talk about fan service. The community have grown rapidly over the years and have enough materials to be featured or mentioned in the movie. But then comes the questions, what kind of things that deserve to be featured in it? Here's are my opinions. Warning. The movie team production should collaborating with talented artists that made fan-made works in the past. The obvious one is the fan music from people like The Living Tombstone, Dalco, The Games, Nathan Sharp are definitely deserve to make it into the big screen. Probably not as an official soundtrack, but as Easter egg that can be heard throughout the movie. On the other hand, there is also pretty talented artists that makes animations and illustrations like Golden Lane Studios, Pymation, Meme Bear, G Games, etc. There's also the infamous Pinky Pills and Lady Fitzy. They definitely should be hired to work together as props or background artists, or maybe just featuring their artworks as props. Number 2. Having a cameo of popular people circled around the community. Having cameos from people like Markiplier, MadPat, Dalco, Dejasterf, Random Encounters, Apex Gaming, Burzbowski, etc. must be hyped up the fandom. Also, don't forget also people like Jack Black and all the official voice actor, and maybe even Scott himself could run people crazy seeing it in the big screen. Alright guys, before we go to the conclusions, I want to give some intermissions. I want to talk about possibly some product placement or advertisement in movies. It's just some casual things. It's normal and always happen in movies. Sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's seamlessly put in so it doesn't people doesn't realize it. But I hope product placement in FNaF won't be as hilarious and obvious like in Sonic Olive Garden. But yet, I hope the product placement is still funny or still valuable or still having an impact. Or don't be obvious at all and just try to make it natural. Now guys, in conclusions, I'm so glad the FNaF movie finally could start production soon. From what I've seen, filming probably took 3 months at max to finish since they got time to prepare all this pre-production thing this winter. Post-production also couldn't take any further than fall/autumn 2021. So the movie definitely will be ready at least late December or early January, but depending on how movie production or Blumhouse, in this case, business works, maybe it would be released at spring 2022. However, I prefer it at summer release although it's all up to Blumhouse to decide when will the movie get released. Some people seems like having a dilemma and doubt with Blumhouse. Like, could they pull off a good video games adaptation since a lot of their movie are hit or miss? But from what I've seen, the opportunities is high. I could I could trust Blumhouse because the bad result of their movie are not always the movie production to blame. Sometimes it's because the director. From what I've seen, Blumhouse giving freedom for their movie creators to do whatever they want as long as their idea is good. But uh, yeah, it's not always the movie production to blame. It's sometimes just the director or the producer that ruin the movie. But since Scott say he will be involved with the movie from day one, I think it will be fine. It will be okay. We can trust Blumhouse. The only thing that bothers me are Chris Columbus as director. I hope Chris Columbus really can direct the movie. Or maybe uh, since they have still time, I hope they can change the directors. But whatever happens, uh, I believe in what Scott says. And the final big note, 2022 definitely will be a tight competition between big studios since they all are aimed for 2022 release. Disney, DreamWorks, all the big Hollywood company, you name it. The FNaF movie success depends on us, the fandom, since other general audience may couldn't help to push the profit. I hope the movie market right and interesting for general audience, so they are getting motivated to watch it. I hope we can get a full official trailer by FNAF 7th anniversary, but that's just my personal guess and wish. Also, what do you guys think? Do you think FNAF can beat the top 3 video game movies? Uh, Let me know what do you think in the comment below. Anyway, thanks you guys for watching and see you later. Bye.